Hey guys, just wanted to show you how I set up Typeform to make getting these hypothesis testing results easier. The tool I'm using, Typeform, you can see the URL here. I'm just going to go along with my approach here and I'll just show you how I've done this. So what I've done is I've basically set up a survey for an individual hypothesis that you want to test. So let's go into hypothesis 1, for example. And the hypothesis that you're testing goes up the top. It's just that's the welcome message, if you like. So I'm just cutting and pasting directly from there into my welcome message. The next the next 8 questions are really just these columns that are outputting here. And all you're doing, I use the label for me, is that we just use that for the client that we're interviewing. So you just drop that in there, that's a drop down. And then the next question is the actual question that you're going to ask to test that hypothesis. So you can see here, I have what would your customer pay for a tool that would blah, blah, blah. And you can see that's my question up here, what would your customer pay? And then from there, this is where it gets a little bit funky. What you'll see is I have, because we're just outputting a single value, I've just created a multiple choice with one answer. So in this case, this question, test hypothesis 1. So you just skip straight through that. The position in the value chain, pretty straightforward. It's just a multiple choice, choose the one that applies. If that question's only for one particular supplier or sales channel, then you could just make it that one option so you don't even have to choose it, you just skip straight through it. And then the type of metric is just whether it's a yes, no, or whether it's a statement or whatever that is. So that's, in this case, it's a yes, no. And then finally, if there's a statement related to it, this is where you ask, what are you trying to get out of the conversation? In that case, I'm wanting to know, if not, then why not? So I've entered that as a statement, but if it was a number that you were looking to get, then you would make that a number. It's just whatever the value is you're going to return for that column. And then I've only added name of person and title of person as the last two, just as text fields. I've got all their phone number and email. I don't need to add that directly into this thing. So once you've done this once, then you can just duplicate it and you can just make the slight variations where you need to. So I've actually got 4 hypotheses that we're testing, 3 of them with our customer at the moment, the real estate agent, and 2 with the lender, who's our eventual and larger customer. So once I've done one, then duplicating it across those 5 was straightforward, and it looks a bit like this. You could take out an iPad on the road and go, okay, this is the thing we're going to go and validate. Hit start, and it's going to say, okay, who are we going to be choosing? I'm going to be going and seeing Redfin, for example. The question I'm going to ask, that's the question I'm going to ask Redfin when I see them next week. I'm going to be testing hypothesis 1, just click yes to that. They are a customer, so I tick yes to that. This is a yes-no question, and if they said not, then I would put in the response to that, and then obviously put in the name and put in the, whatever he is, and then that's it. So just makes it a whole lot easier to get that feedback, and should only take you a couple of minutes to get set up. Hope that helps. Thanks, guys.